Good evening, guys. Welcome back to a Papa MC Helps. So this is not where we are. We're up to. So here's what we're going to cover in this episode. So a recap of episode 1. I'll show you some songwriting tips and tricks. I'll show you MusicGPT, which is an AI music generator for vocal songs or just any song if you don't produce. How you can get inspiration for song titles or covers, and figuring out in a genre what style matches your vibe. For like EDM, that could be like dubstep, drum and bass, house, etc. And creating Spotify Canvas videos. I'm also going to touch up on a bonus, visualizers, and BPM. But first things first, let me just come back to what we did in episode 1. It's a little bit of a recap. Sorry, my mouse is being a bit stuffy at the moment. Okay. So what did we cover in episode 1? We covered Spotify for Artists, which, if you guys do not remember, Spotify for Artists is this page here. And so if I hit dashboard, Spotify for Artists is where I can see all this stuff, where I can get resources, where I can see what's being released, where I can see what has been released, and where I can track statistics and stuff. So yeah, I showed you 404 Presents, which is a part of the label. I showed you about the Bash, which is my event. I showed you about album covers and promotional cards. So Spotify for Artists, 404 Rhythm Not Found, have $5 ready, have MP3 or .wav files, 3 tracks ready, and have a cover or ask us to help and pick a release date. 404 Presents. The Bash, this was create an album cover, and this is promotional cards. So that takes us to episode 2. So, yep, we've gone back for recap. So songwriting is easy. All you've got to do is have a topic in mind and write down any ideas. But I'll show you how you can use ChatGPT and MusicGPT to produce a sick-ass tune if you don't sing. And the example I use is called Fucked Up by myself. But I will just... give me 30 seconds. I will be back. Okay, we're back. So the example I use is this. So I'm going to show you that you don't need anything fancy. You don't even need fancy lyrics or anything. Let's see if it will open. And let's see if it will play. If not, I can just show you on MusicGPT, which is easy enough. But basically, you want to get some lyrics down. So, say I chucked in a page, and I literally just chucked the lyrics for So I know it doesn't look like much, but we can expand off of this easily. All you need to write a good song is that. Just that one sentence. When we're at the, let's get fucked up. When we're at the rave, we'll change around. When we're at the rave, we'll get fucked up. Let's get fucked up. But all you want to do, you can expand onto it either by just writing the word a few times, or you can head over to ChatGPT and ask it, hey bro, I'm writing a song. This is the only lyric I've got. Can you write more, please? And then just grab your quick little lyric here, copy, paste, chuck it in. Let's see what the broke gives us. Okay, so it doesn't actually do that. So, but what we can do is we can just expand onto that. But now we've got our lyrics, which is something we'll go off. It's MusicGPT time, not ChatGPT. And you'll see how easy and how fun it is. And then it'll be time for you to have a go. Now, no pressure at all, but if you make some cool shit on MusicGPT, don't hesitate to send it to me. Just specify in the subject line. Basically, I'll write it down here. Basically that easy. Just make the subject line MusicGPT. But enough yabbering on. So head to musicgpt.com/create. Now you start off with about 500 credits. I send it to myself, so I got about over 2,000 credits. So we've got our lyrics. So we'll go. And now what we can do is we can ask ChatGPT. So this field here won't be boring. Give me a prompt for a jump up track on music. I might actually use a similar style to Bleeding Out, which if you guys don't know what Bleeding Out is, I'll show you that real quick. Now, MusicGPT is not accurate at all, but so where is it? So if you guys don't know Bleeding Out, listen to this. So actually we might add that. Add that into the lyrics. So we'll add the lyrics to that. And then what we can do is we can just take all of this in. I know it probably doesn't want it to be this specific. And let's just go. We'll remove that bit because we've already got our lyrics. Now paste. Now you just hit create, and boom, you've just written a song and produced a song without even knowing it. So now we don't need this page anymore, and we don't need this page anymore. So yeah, without knowing it, you may think that you can't produce a track, but without knowing it, you've just gone and produced a track. So good on ya. Now this one's pretty straightforward. I'll show you guys how I come up with stuff. So my next, if I go to Drive, might actually be under here. I really need to start naming these things. EPs in May. No, wait, hang on. Singles in May. Okay. I really need to get organized. What is this? Okay. Okay, no. Here we go. Now you can come up with your own inspiration for this. This is just a ridiculously long. Yes, I did spell nonsense wrong, but that's right. But what you'll see on a cover is the main idea / topic. Label. So you'll see on an album cover, it may look just like fun, like hang on. So you might have, you might see something cool, but then you break it down. The title, the title, see the name song. The main idea, which is the flowers in the graveyard are dead. So it's dead flowers in a graveyard. Bit of backstory in the background. A label name if you've got one, and your artist name. So an album cover is literally just 4 compartments. I won't get too into detail, but here is what GPT has given us.
Let's get fucked up. Down. Now we hope we'll both fucking die. You're fine.
Okay, now that's sick. I just reckon that one's a bit too short, so hopefully.
You said you never let me know.
Said that those ones came out a bit thing, but I believe this was the first one.
If you see us in the rain, let's get fucked up.
So that one goes hard. But anyway, so what you can do to come up with inspiration is just look at a different album cover or something and think of the four main components. Think of a name, think of this, and then think of what your artist name will be, and if you've got a label, or head to ChatGPT again and just say, hey, I need inspo for my next track name. Make it weirdly long and catchy. So you can just go, you can see how many there is. 1, 2, 3. So this is nice. So then you just, that's pretty much how I do it. So yeah, so already that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 out of the topics we've covered. Now, genre. Songwriting. So I'll show you multiple EDM genres. So if we go to my Google Drive and go to my drive, I have a folder called Pop MC Helps, episode 2. And we have 3 different genres here. Plus, I will show you one of my things from. So in a way, there's different ones. Also, if you now look, if you head down to the bottom of my page, you will see collaborations. I've done a song with a guy called Paul Owen Nixon, or Pon, and it is sick. We also used MusicGPT to do it. And you'll also see this music video and visualizer. So yeah, this is youtube.com/@91papmc.wave91. And you'll see here for you. So here's the first episode. You'll see videos, shorts, which I don't post often, as you can see. My created playlist, which I might actually delete them, so there's just 2026, 2024, and 2025, and all the EPs and stuff in the multiple. Oh, did not mean to press that. Nope. And then past there, the collaborations. So, but I will show you. I might actually show you the one that was on the second thing with the techno one, which is called Timid or Timid. But I'll let you know, like, we'll Google the differences in BPMs. And so this is, I might start with Mind, which is techno, which is probably the closest to drum and bass. I've only got 3 this time. Next episode, I hope more. So it's Mind and techno. Now this is dubstep, which is actually the second. Actually, this is probably close to drum and bass and techno. And this is house, which is closer to techno. And then which one do I want to use for drum and bass? I want to use something sick that's also fat. Which you might go for one of my older ones. There's also lo-fi, which I kind of got a bit into at the end of last year, but I reckon Lightning was a sick one. Which, sadly, as much as I would love to release this one to the public on Spotify and stuff, because I released it 9 months ago, but I made it years ago. A guy who helped make it sold it, so it's already sadly been released under some Asian song, but this is my song Lightning. So now that you've got the genres, what are the BPMs for dubstep, techno, house, and drum and bass? Alright, so dubstep is 140, techno is 120 to 150, but the most common sweet spot is 125 to 135, house is 120 to 130, and it usually sits about here. And then drum and bass, of course, is 60 to 80, but most land on 174. And quick trick, if you want a heavy and jump up, 174. If you want groove, 124 to 128. Dark warehouse, 130. And one that head knot, 140. So easy. Now here's my example. Hi all, I'm Barbara MC. I'm a producer from New Zealand, and I chose drum and bass as my style. From time to time, I have a quick genre switch. Abnormal was industrial EDM. Mind was techno. But nothing too out of the ordinary. I'm usually sticking to my drum and bass because it's high energy and it's easy to stick with. Now I didn't add this, but because it's also easy to keep up with the tempo. You know, keeping it 174 or round about there, it's easy enough. So, and drum and bass is fun. Now, another key thing I would like you to take from this mini series, which I will touch on a lot, and I mean a lot. BPM matters, and I'll show you why after we've covered canvas. But don't forget that. With music, not just EDM, any style of music, BPM is important. Now, canvas. Now here's the section we've all been waiting for. What the heck is a Spotify canvas? How do I make one? Well, I'll show you, and I'll chuck in a bonus or two after the canvas. So if we head back to the Spotify for Artists page, oh no. So we head back to the Spotify for Artists page, and we head to the dashboard. You'll see there are many things here, but we go to video and visual, and I will use. I'll use my album as an example. So if I click on here, this is speaker reviews. So I can remove the canvas if I wanted to. And I'll show you another one. And I can pause that. And it may not look like it's doing much, but it basically gives you all the things to look at for. So we'll do head to tuneform.com and click Spotify Canvas video. Now I need to go back to Drive because what is one that I haven't done a canvas for yet. I I wonder if South isn't here anywhere. 2026 EPs. Here. Nope, those are the. Oh, hang on. Covers. So I'll show you with an EP because that means I can do it for all four. So grab your distant photo. I'm just going to chuck on Do Not Disturb. And head over to here. Now the one I pick is this one here, Full Frame Palette Particles. Just click Select Style. And select your link from computer. So mine is South. And then start render. Now you want to come here. I'm going to show you this. Oh, okay, no, I do not have enough. Which means log out. And I'll sign up. And I'll go, I will be back. I'll do it with a completely different email. And now we're back. So the Spotify Canvas videos. Now you get a certain amount of Canva quota. And you'll see it. So yeah, select style. Select from computer. We'll go South. And I might actually I might do my examples as so then it will start to render and it shouldn't take too long because it's only like 4 seconds long. Okay, I reckon we're doing it right for time. And then just go to video, hit the download button. Now then, you're gonna this is adding before it's uploaded. It's not released yet. So if I go to my upcoming, it is, as you can see, May 15th. So this is just doing it for one that's not released. Just go add canvas. And if it's got multiple tracks, it will show you something like this. Just hit the song you want, go add canvas, confirm who you are, and then just drag it on like this. Next, just agree to the terms in post. Now the difference is not really noticeable on computer, but I will show you. A song of mine that does have a canvas compared to a song of mine that doesn't have a canvas. But this is mainly for mobile, as you can see. It's got the mobile layout. Whereas I'm on computer, but there's not really much of a difference. So if I just go find myself. This could take up to 10 minutes to process. So let's go. I have done canvases for all of Papa and Chasm, but I haven't done one for Body. So we'll use those as an example. So if we go to, I might go Raver, and I might go Flux. If we go to Flux, which is my song down here, you'll see it on a little side menu when the song is playing. See this little, this is called a Spotify Canvas. Where is my song Body? So if we go to singles and EPs, my song Body. Does not have a canvas yet, so it just looks like this. So sweet. Now you'll see it's ready. So now BPM. or beats per minute is the tempo of how fast or slow a song is going. So I'll show you a quick little simple drum pattern on Soundtrap. So just check new music project, you head to the studio, and then bonus time, which is visuals. But so we're just gonna go. As you can see here, the tempo at the moment is 120. So if we go a kick here and a snare here, but if we change it to 80, for instance, and then we just drag that along a bit more. Whereas if I was to go for drum and bass chance, 174. If I was to go 140 for dubstep, so that's the difference in BPM, literally the easiest thing. Now it's bonus time. Now a visualizer is basically what I used to make. So there's two ways to go about it, and I'll show you both. So the first way is the way I do it on my main. So if you head to YouTube, I'll just chuck it, go to here to YouTube, and if you head to my channel, you will see I've got visualizers here that look like this. So this is one way to do it. Just go to music visualizers on the same website. I should be logged in, I believe. Yep. Alright, create now. This is the one I do, it's the first one. And then I'll just go select audio file. So I will do I might do my crusty dubs, which is one of my dub for the bash, and I'll just use this random stock photo. So this is the layout, and then you just choose the color. So I like to go like this, go back here, and then hit start render. And another way we can go about this is if I go to my bookmarks here. Nope, wrong one. So go to musicvid.org or tuneform.com. And here's another way you can do it. I'll use the exact same stock photo. So go to press get started, log in, or scroll down, click circle spectrum. And so this way it's a lot faster, I'll admit, because you can see this one just uploads your audio, whereas this one here, as soon as you load up your audio, just hit load from computer, we'll go again, crusty dubs. Look how fast this is. And then you just want to go to quick settings, change the background, we'll use the stock photo of lightning. And what you can do is you can change the emblem, which is this little circle thing in the middle, change image. And we'll go this one here. And now look at this, if we zoom in.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
So it's visual 1. And this one here is the exact same song. And the one thing is, you have a watermark on this one. You don't have a watermark on this one. But the downloading on this takes forever. If you go export, start encoding, and then export, you'll see here, this is about to go up. It's about to tell you how long it's got. Yep, like 30 minutes for one. Whereas this one you can just hit download and boom, there it is right there. But yeah. So this was a bit out of whack, but let's just go back and touch up on what we did today. And so we did a recap of episode 1, which we do a recap in every episode. We did songwriting. We did MusicGPT. We did learning inspiration. We learned about BPM and EDM genres, which is, I'll give you more examples for next time. I gave you an example of like a little speech of mine, perhaps. I might extend it for next episode. The key thing I want you to take from this mini-series is BPM matters. So the moral of season 1, I will be saying this over and over again for this whole season. BPM matters. It really does. Like, no joke. BPM matters. Because you heard how weird or how slow it can sound. We learned Canvas and how to make it. I showed you what BPM in action is like. And I showed you how to create sick visualizers, which at the end of season 1, I will make all of season 1 stuff on Google Drive available to the public. But yeah, so just to give you a quick recap, this is Part MC Helps, a YouTube mini-series by myself, designed to help you level up your planning game and design game. Because I want to help you, so that none of the stuff has to be difficult. Now I know I said episodes every Thursday, so where have I been? I have been really, really busy, so I've only just had the chance to film this now. No clue when I'll post it, but it's just, I will try I might go every second Thursday. I'll post this. Seems fair. Every second Thursday. But if you haven't watched season 1, episode 1 yet, I do strongly recommend you go watch that. So then this makes a bit more sense. But yeah, I strongly recommend you go back, watch episode 1, and then you come back. And then you can watch episode 2 and everything we cover in the recap, and then all this will make sense. And as soon as I'm done filming this, I have an episode 3 to go plan. So again, thank you all for watching. Now I must say, Par BMZ has been a journey. It hasn't been a hobby for me, it's been a journey. And I believe that I'm going to go strong places with this. With the bash coming up in 1 month, almost just over a month until the bash. So with that and everything, it's so overwhelming, but it's so fun. So truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all. And that is Papa MC out for episode 2, and I'll see you back for episode 3.